Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I am Jason, your host. One of the coolest things I've learned about electric vehicles is freewheeling and regenerative braking. Now, in a petrol or a diesel car, when you take your foot off the gas, when you are just coasting along, you're saving fuel. You're just doing your bit. But in an electrical vehicle, it's kind of cool because freewheeling, coasting, while the wheels are turning and you're not applying power, depending on the electric vehicle, that power is then the actual wheels become like a dynamo instead of a motor and charge back up, send electrons and electricity back into the battery. And then, so every time you take your foot off the pedal in an electric car and you're just coasting along, you are actually refilling your battery slightly. At the same way, there's different levels of what's called regenerative braking, which is, I think, is kind of cool. What it means is this: different levels for different things. From what I understand, once you've been driving an electric car for a while, you pretty much stop using the brakes. If you're using an electric car, an EV, electric vehicle, EV better, and actually how it's supposed to be driven, then you pretty much, except in emergencies, don't need to use the brakes. What you do in turn, usually on some cars they have little paddles on the side of the actual steering wheel so you can do it quickly and easily at different levels. But basically, you are transferring the energy. You are engaging almost like, do you know what it's like? I don't know, you probably don't know this, but in olden days, we had little things called dynamos, which would connect to a bike, a normal pedal bike, on the back wheel. You just had them on there and they would flick down onto it. And basically, when you flicked it down onto and you pedaled, you powered the lights. Now, the sad thing was that because the early ones didn't even have a battery, so when you stopped at lights and that, you lost your traffic lights. Your lights would dim to almost nothing. It's crazy. But this idea that you can engage the regenerative braking, and without going into details, basically what it means, you can have it so you just slow yourself down very little, and as you slow yourself down, you do regenerative braking. Say you're coming up to a roundabout or something and you need to slow down, you might use level 1, and that might just bleed off a bit of the kinetic movement back into electricity. Second level does a bit more, as in you're coming towards a forecourt, you're going to turn onto a place to charge yourself. The charger, you might want to slow down quicker, so you use level 2. Or if you're coming up to a traffic stop and you need to stop your car, then you put level 3 on, level 3 regenerative braking, and that will dump basically all of the kinetic movement energy of the car back into the batteries. This is something that gas-powered, petrol-powered and diesel just don't have an equivalent of. I mean, there used to be this idea of having a flywheel in your car, and as you went along with the flywheel would be the mechanical energy of the car would drive the flywheel, and then when you needed to stop, that could be dumped in, the energy from the wheels could be dumped into the flywheel instead of it being lost and then transferred back into the car wheels. But old style petrol and gas and diesel don't really have an equivalent of this way that if you're just pottering around town and that, and stopping and starting a lot, regenerative braking can give back quite a bit of electricity into the vehicle. And most vehicles, when it comes to charging, are quite cool. Like, I will be able to charge it via basic mains or basic solar in the house. But then, apart from that, nearly every electrical vehicle can be done that way. And then from that point on, you can charge in different ways. But these are all technologies that make me very happy to mess about with. And it's like little puzzles to learn about. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day.